Have you ever stood under the night sky and felt something stir? A quiet question echoing in the darkness? You see stars, thousands of them. You know they're suns orbiting in galaxies, spread across billions of light years. But something deeper pulls at your thoughts. What lies beyond it all? Not just beyond the stars you can see, but past the very edges of the universe itself. Is there a wall? A boundary? An infinite void? More universes? Or something so strange that our minds aren't built to comprehend it? Cosmologists, physicists, and philosophers have all taken their turn at answering this question. Some say we live in one bubble of an endless multiverse. Others think we're part of a higher dimensional landscape. And some believe that asking what's beyond might be asking the wrong question entirely. In this episode of Infinite Mind, we're diving into the most mind-stretching question of them all: what lies beyond the universe? And by the end, you may not just be questioning space. You might be questioning the nature of reality itself. Before we can ask what lies beyond the universe, we need to ask, what is the universe? The universe, in the strictest sense, is everything that exists. Every planet, star, galaxy, atom, particle, and even the empty space in between. If we define the universe as all that exists, then logically, there shouldn't be anything beyond it, right? But that's just the definition. When we talk about beyond the universe, we're usually referring to what's outside the observable universe, the portion we can actually see or detect. It's like standing on a beach looking out at the ocean. You know there's more beyond the horizon. You just can't see it. Our ability to observe the universe is limited by one simple factor: the speed of light. Light takes time to travel. That means when we look at a star 1,000 light years away, we're seeing it as it was 1,000 years ago. Because the universe is about 13.8 billion years old. The furthest light we can possibly observe comes from about 46.5 billion light years away. That sphere of visibility is what we call the observable universe. But beyond that, we have no idea. Light from those regions hasn't reached us yet, and might never. So when people ask, is there more universe beyond what we can see? The answer is almost certainly yes. How much more? That's where it gets weird. Cosmologists have tried to determine the shape of the universe itself, because that could give us clues about what, if anything, lies beyond it. Based on measurements from the cosmic microwave background, the kind of baby picture of the universe, most evidence points to a universe that is spatially flat. What does that mean? Imagine drawing a triangle on a flat piece of paper. The angles add up to 180 degrees. Same in a flat universe. That suggests it could stretch on forever without wrapping around on itself. But just because it could be infinite doesn't mean it is. If it's not infinite, then it must have an edge, right? Not exactly. Since the Big Bang, the universe has been expanding, not into anything, but simply expanding. Picture the surface of a balloon. As you inflate it, every point on the surface moves away from every other point. But there's no edge on the surface. It's finite, but unbounded. Now imagine that in 3D. That's what cosmologists think might be happening with our universe. It's not expanding into empty space. Instead, space itself is stretching, creating more room between galaxies. So asking what lies outside the universe might be like asking what's north of the North Pole. Still, what if the balloon surface is just one bubble among many? One of the most fascinating ideas in modern cosmology is the multiverse. There are several versions of this theory, but one of the most widely discussed is the inflationary multiverse. After the Big Bang, the universe went through a rapid expansion phase called inflation. Some models suggest that inflation didn't stop everywhere at once. In fact, it may be continuing in some regions, forming pocket universes or bubble universes. Each of these could have its own laws of physics. One might have no gravity. Another might be filled with antimatter. Ours just happens to be the one where stars, planets, and life could form. According to this view, our universe is just one bubble in an infinite cosmic foam. If true, what lies beyond our universe is more universes. Another mind-bending theory involves higher dimensions. According to string theory, the universe may have more than the 3 dimensions of space and 1 of time that we experience. It might have 10 or even 11 dimensions, curled up at scales too small to see. Our universe could be a 3-dimensional brane floating in a higher dimensional space called the bulk. In this model, the Big Bang might have been caused by our brain colliding with another in the bulk. And if our universe is one sheet, there could be others, parallel branes drifting in the same cosmic ocean. If that's the case, then beyond our universe isn't nothingness, it's higher dimensional reality. Here's a wild idea. What if our universe exists inside a black hole? According to black hole cosmology, when a black hole forms, the collapsing matter could give rise to a new region of spacetime, essentially a new universe. That means our Big Bang could have been the birth of a universe inside a black hole in another universe. It's a recursive cosmos. Universes within black holes, within universes, endlessly nested. And every black hole in our universe, it might be the seed of another. As fascinating as these theories are, they all run into one major limitation. We may never be able to test them. Our observations are constrained by the cosmic light horizon, the furthest distance light has traveled since the Big Bang. Beyond that, we can't see, we can't measure, we can only theorize. That's not to say it's hopeless. New instruments like the James Webb Space Telescope or even future gravitational wave detectors may offer clues, but it's possible that some answers will always remain just out of reach. Let's pause. What does it mean to ask what lies beyond the universe? Are we assuming space exists outside of space? Time outside of time? Some philosophers argue that the question itself may be meaningless. After all, space and time are the fabric of our universe. Asking what's beyond them might be like asking what's beyond the edge of a video game level before it loads. Still, humans are explorers, and we don't like mysteries with no map. Here's something real and measurable: dark energy. It makes up about 70% of the universe, and it's the force driving its accelerated expansion. We don't know what it is, we don't know how it works, but we know it's tearing galaxies apart faster and faster. If the universe continues expanding at this rate, then eventually even the observable universe will shrink. Galaxies will vanish from view, stars will burn out, the universe will grow cold and silent, and we'll never know what lies beyond. Or maybe dark energy holds the key to finding out. So, what lies beyond the universe? More space? More time? More universes? Or something so alien to our understanding we can't even describe it? Maybe we'll never know. But maybe that's not the point. Because in asking the question, in stretching the boundaries of what we can imagine, we expand something else, our curiosity. And that too is a kind of universe, one we carry within us.